everybody. Thank you so much for joining my live. It is Thursday, September the 2nd. I want to wish my sister in Christ and my sister in friendship, Erica Fields, Dr. Erica Fields, to some of you, happy birthday. So happy birthday, Dr. Erica Fields, and all of you who are celebrating a birthday today, happy birthday to you. So I am Keisha L. Hayes. I am your transformational leader in healthcare, and I am so excited to join you this evening. And guess what? We're almost there, y'all. We're almost getting ready to celebrate Senior Service Day. So guess what I have here? Woo! Yes, it is from the Office of the Governor. Okay, so those of you who are joining me for the very first time, y'all know what I want you to do. I want you to make sure that you all put in the comments your name, and I want you to tell me a little bit about yourself and tell me that it is the first time that you're watching. And y'all know, those of you who are going to be watching this later on, I want you to put hashtag replay if you're watching at a later time. Thank you all so much for your support. Thank you so much for watching. With you, I am able to continue to do this. So let's keep helping me build futures and connect generations, because that's what we're doing here on the Inspiring Moments with Keisha L. Hayes. Okay, thank you all so much. So September the 16th is the day that we are celebrating Senior Service Day, honoring our elderly population. Okay, but the proclaimed day that Governor Henry McMaster has given for the state of South Carolina is on September the 12th. I just want to say thank you to Stephen Benjamin, Mayor Stephen Benjamin at the time when he was mayor in Columbia, South Carolina. He is inspirational and key for me doing this. I went to him, told him I wanted to do a proclamation. He told me to write it, brought it back to him and presented it to him. He told me a good idea would be celebrating it in September, around the time where there was Assisted Living Week and Grandparents' Day and so forth. And he made it happen. And then thank you to Tony Scully, Mayor Tony Scully at the time for Camden, South Carolina. He followed suit. And then it got wind of everyone in South Carolina where it became a governor's proclamation. Thank you to the Office of the Governor. Thank you, Governor Henry McMaster. This is the proclamation that I have received for years, okay, for celebrating Senior Service Day. As far as I know, I am the only African-American woman that has created a day that is proclaimed for the state of South Carolina that recognizes and shows tribute to our greatest generation, our older adults. So the state of South Carolina Governor's Proclamation, whereas companionship is a proven, effective strategy that helps our senior citizens and elderly population improve their resident outcomes in a positive manner by matching them with a caring, loving, and responsible volunteer or mentor who can serve as an advocate, support their emotional needs, and build their confidence by promoting higher self-esteem, independence, and increased social involvement. And whereas volunteers and mentors help build trust, encourage strength, boost confidence, lift expectations, and inspire older people to do their best, serving as friends, family, and sources of stability and support during a critical time in a senior's life. And whereas companionship can strengthen the economic and social well-being of our communities by helping our seniors reach their full potential, increasing attention to and maintaining a high quality of care for them, decreasing their feelings of isolation and depression, reducing the risk of neglect and abuse, supporting the healthcare community, and promoting stronger families and more vibrant communities. And whereas caregivers, volunteers, mentors, and other companions help seniors live their best life, affording them grace, preserving their dignity, and honoring them with respect and compassion. Now, therefore, I, Henry McMaster, Governor of the great state of South Carolina, do hereby proclaim September 12th, 2023 as Senior Service Day, honoring our elderly population throughout the state, and encourages all South Carolinians to celebrate our senior citizens and recognize the vital role companionship plays in their quality of life. Now, God gave me those words to put on this paper because this proclamation was written because God gave me this purpose. And I am so grateful that we have a proclamation, and we've continued to have this proclamation year after year. And it started with someone believing in me, Mayor Stephen Benjamin at the time, and then Tony Scully following suit. Sometimes you have to go out of your hometown and get with someone else who will believe in your efforts. And then sometimes your hometown follows suit. Yes, I said it. And I don't mean any harm by it. But sometimes you can't stop at your hometown because they won't help you do something. You got to go where God tells you. And if it's what he told you, somebody is going to make it happen because he said so. Okay? So don't stop at a no. Create the yes and keep moving until it happens. And so we're thankful for this governor's proclamation for the whole state of South Carolina. And I am hoping that you will help us celebrate Senior Service Day on September the 16th. We're having everyone in South Carolina show extra love and support, companionship to our older adults. And we're going to have a Senior and Caregiver Expo in Sumter, South Carolina at Victory Church at 5155 Patriot Parkway in Sumter, South Carolina. So please, whatever you can do to join the efforts, because it says right here, it's throughout the state, and encourage all South Carolinians to celebrate our senior citizens and recognize the vital role of companionship that plays in their quality of life. So we are grateful. So do not forget, and please reach out to me if you want to be a part of this event. I'm thanking the sorority sisters, Alpha Kappa Alpha, the chapter in Camden, South Carolina, Iota Omega. They are helping to go out that day and serve. And then also we have some vendors that will be at the Senior and Caregiver Expo. So, make sure that you tune in. And I'm sorry, correction, Iota Omega. Okay, so please listen to it all the way through to know that I corrected that. The Camden chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. Okay, it's Iota Omega. All right. So don't shoot me. I corrected it. All right. I'm sorry for the mistake. But they are going to help us that day by going out to a community and showing love and support and companionship to our older adults. And we have some other ambassadors throughout the state of South Carolina that are going to be in different cities that's going to also help us. And then we're going to be jam-packed doing our thing at the Senior and Caregiver Expo, which is the event that Sumter is having for the Sumter city. Okay. Thank you to my friend and brother, Jeffrey Lampkin, who mentioned this on his show last week or earlier in the week on Sunday, I believe. Thank you for your support. Thank you to everybody that is reaching out to me to make this day a great day. So, what am I going to talk about today? I'm going to switch it up for you, all right? I want to do something more laid back. I know we've talked about healthcare, we've talked about caregivers, we talked about older adults, we've talked about confidence, we talked about so many different things, purpose, and we're going to continue to talk about all those things. But tonight, I'm feeling excited, you guys. I'm feeling excited because I have finally gotten myself in a situation where I am in a very healthy relationship. Woo! All right. So I am going to talk about my journey in discovering true love. Okay. And I was having this conversation with my mom maybe last week. And I was talking about just in general how it is so hard out here for single women who are wanting to have someone good in their life. Okay, it's slim pickings out here. Okay, so I am truly blessed that I have been able to experience having someone in my life that really truly loves me for who I am, all my flaws, imperfections, everything that I have going on within me. He truly does love me, respects me, honors me, and definitely makes me feel that I am just the most beautiful and important person in the world. Okay. I love the fact that I'm able to have a conversation with this person about spiritual things. We talk and study God, His Word. I'm just so grateful that that is at the center of our relationship. There's no pressure there to do anything that I don't want to do. It's just pure, genuine support. Okay. But I wasn't always in this situation. I wasn't always privy to this. I always dreamed of having someone who would accept me and then also love my children as if they were his own. Okay. And I was the female that back in the day would think no one would love me or would want me because I already have 2 children and it's me and my kids and it's this and that, just making all these excuses. Okay. But I found that when a person really values you and wants to be with you and have a right relationship with you, they're going to take everything that comes with you. Okay. So early on in life, I started having relationships. And what I mean early on in life is when I had relationships after college, I was choosing people that wasn't choosing me. Okay. I believe that I wanted love so badly that I allowed the things that were a void in my life to be overcompensated in the lives of those other people. So sometimes I would give to them what I was missing in myself. Okay. And I'm here to tell you that you cannot make a person love you. And I was in a situation where I wanted to make someone love me. And if it meant that I would give them the world, then I would. That means monetary, that means my time, that means everything. And I'm going to tell you, it does not matter how much you give a person, what you give a person. None of that matters if that person does not want you or their heart is not in it. Okay. You can love somebody to death, and when it's the wrong person you're loving, it's never going to work. So I found myself just putting energy into people that were not giving me back that same return on my investment. Okay. And sometimes, I was giving early, too early. Women, we have to stop giving so much of ourselves before we even observe and see what it is that this person is willing to give us, because we just go full force in it because we're creatures that love so hard, and we just go at it. And when we go at it, we just start doing everything. And if you start doing all this stuff for a man, sometimes men, they aren't going to say no. They're going to take every little thing that they can possibly get from you. Now, a real man is going to say, wait a minute, hold up. You don't need to do that for me. I don't need you to do that for me. Let me do this, but there are some men that are takers. And I know there's some women like that too, but I happen to be a woman, and I'm talking about men tonight because it's my experience with men. So I was on this journey of choosing people, overcompensating, trying to give them things that I was missing in life. And I wanted love so badly that I was just out here with people that I had no business being with. Okay. But there was a time that I was in a relationship and I hit rock bottom, meaning I gave my time, my money, my effort, my everything. And that person just did nothing for me. Okay. And in return, they only did everything under the sun, from verbal abuse to manipulation. I know you've heard of the term narcissist. Okay. They're the victim in everything. You started off being so wonderful for them, and then you turned out to be so horrible. Nothing's ever their fault. No accountability on their side, but everything's wrong with you. It's because now that they've gotten everything that they could have gotten from you, they're now going on to the next person that they can hurt and abuse. And then the cycle just goes on and on. So I was in relationships where, people use me, but that was my fault because I let them. Sometimes we have to take ownership of what we've done as well. You don't start giving guys all this stuff and expect them to not expect it. Or what am I trying to say? I was in a relationship with somebody and I brought them a whole car. What kind of foolishness? Okay. So, why are you buying somebody a car and they haven't even asked you to be their wife? Matter of fact, you're not even their wife. You haven't walked down the aisle. There's no investment on their end, and you're buying cars. You're giving them this, you're giving them that. No. Okay, red flags. So when you see the red flags, when you know or feel that gut feeling, you get that discernment that something is not right, you need to listen to it, or you're going to find yourself missing out and giving so much of yourself. You're going to look back and you're going to be like, oh my God, I really did do that. And they're going to be on to the next thing that they can take advantage of. Okay. So I was out here just doing all kinds of stuff. And what I mean by that is just being in a relationship with people that just took. Okay. No one ever gave to me. Okay. And then the last relationship I was in, I gave so much of myself. It was almost like God was saying to me in that relationship, okay, I've seen you do this so many times before. So now I'm going to let this be the last time I see you do all this for a guy and get hurt. I'm going to get your attention in a way that's going to hurt, to make you step back and say, listen, you can't be doing this. So that last relationship that I was in, I hit rock bottom mentally. Okay. I had given of myself so much, and the person didn't do anything but in return be unfaithful, take everything I had, do little things in front of me that was just blatant disrespect, just did not value me at all. Okay. So then I got into a state of depression. Okay. And in that depression time for me, I was feeling so bad for myself, because I had done this thing and had made these decisions. But I had to quickly wake up from that state of depression to say, hey, what is making me choose the people that I'm choosing? What is going on deep down inside of me that's making me choose these type of men? And I started looking at the men that I was with, and I realized that I had some daddy issues. Okay. You can, Angela Carr Patterson did this speaking engagement about fatherless daughters. Okay. I took my child to that, and I also benefited from that. But when I went, it talked about how you can have a father present in your life, but they're not active in your life. And so sometimes what you don't get from your father, you then turn around and you look for it in a man, or you use the things that you wanted your father to do for you, and you do it for the guy that you're in a relationship with. That overcompensating, that thing of trying to make yourself feel wanted and needed and so forth. And it doesn't work. So I had to identify that was one of the reasons that I was looking for love in all the wrong places, to fill voids that only God could fill. Okay. And then I started looking at myself. And even though people would say, you're beautiful, you're talented, you're smart, sometimes I didn't even believe it myself. Okay. And so sometimes when you are, well, all the time, when you don't know your worth, and when you haven't reached your maximum area of realizing what that worth really consists of, and how you are in the image and likeness of God who created you, you will go for anything. But when you start realizing who you are, who you belong to, what you're called to do, can't just anybody be around you. You won't go for just anybody coming up to you and approaching you. Okay. You're on guard, because now you have standards. Okay. And you don't let your standards down because you're lonely or you won't love so bad. Okay. So at that moment, with me discovering what my issues were, why I was choosing the people that I was choosing. Oh, y'all, please forgive me. I need to put my charger in. Now, this is a real live moment, okay? Because I am not ending this live. So, because this is getting good, okay? This is as real as you're going to get it. This is as real as it comes. Computer about to die. Let's hurry up and save this, because I know this topic is something that needs to be said. Okay. All right. Y'all, let me plug up this. Y'all can talk about me after the live, but we're going to get this in. There we go. Okay. That's just as raw as it comes. All right. I am the media team. So I had to plug my own computer up. But see, that distraction came to get me off of this topic. But we're going to talk about this topic. This is going to heal a lot of people, because I'm going to tell you, if your relationships in your personal life aren't going anywhere and aren't where they need to be, you can't handle business like you're supposed to. That's what I learned. Okay. But when I realized what it was that I was doing to cause myself to choose the type of people that I was choosing, I woke up out of that state and said, no more. I need to first build my relationship with God so that I can fill any void that I might have lacked with childhood trauma, whatever type of issues, concerns, whatever it was. Okay. And I need to get back to understanding who I am, what my purpose is, why God called me, who I am in his image, how I was created, and I need to know that I deserve and that I'm worth and that he only wants the best for me. So, you can come to me now and I can spot you from a mile away and know you're not up to nothing. Okay. So I had to learn that lesson. So I spent about 6 or 7 years by myself, not having any relationships with folks, because I did not want to take my unhealed self and put that on someone else. And then I wanted to heal myself before I was ever good for someone else. I promise you, you heal the areas in which you need work on. Let God come into your life and take over and groom you and reshape you. Then pray and ask him to send you the right person to be with you, and that will happen. Okay. But I was in relationships where I was giving my all. I was doing the most. And I was doing the most for people that did not deserve it. Yes, they did not deserve it. A piece of man. That's what they were. They wasn't even a full one. A piece. Okay. And I am, us women, we don't need to be given all of our goodness and all of the talents and abilities that we have to these men that don't have a job, not because they can't get one, but because they lazy and don't want one. Okay, been there, done that. Somebody sitting in the car with you, you getting out about to pump gas, and they sitting in your front seat while you pump it. Nope, not the one. Okay, still at home living with their parents. I'm not talking about situations where you're caring for your older adults or whatever other situation it is, but I'm talking about grown people that just don't want to be out of the house living on their own, but they have no job and they stay with their parents and they live off of their parents' income. That's not right. Okay. And then you going over there, picking them up, taking them to work every single day because they don't have no car. That one too. Nope, that's not the one. It's not like something happened to their car and you had to take them a few times. You took them the whole year and then you brought them a car with your money. Nope, not the one. Okay. I'm just telling you that God don't send you a piece of man. Okay. And I am not talking about people that you grow with who have the same perseverance and determination as you, and you start off one way and you all grow together and it becomes something beautiful. I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about those trifling, no good men that just use women and they not doing nothing with their lives. That's the type of people I'm talking about. That's who I was with. Okay. Those are the people that I was giving my talents and abilities to, my time, my efforts, my energy, my money. I don't want nothing back but my money. No, I'm just kidding. But listen, those of you who are watching, thank you so much for joining. In the beginning, I was talking about Senior Service Day and how I received my proclamation in the mail. Woo! I read it because I wanted y'all to hear how well written it was, okay? And I just wanted to thank some people that made that happen. And then I kind of did a little twist and turn tonight. And instead of me talking on the more, well, I won't say serious because this is serious too, the topics that you usually hear me talk about, I wanted to talk about relationships because, you know, I'm just so blessed now to have someone in my life that is really, really good to me. Okay. My happiness didn't come from this man. I was happy before he got here. Okay. So, you know, just in case some of y'all missed that, I didn't get happy when he got to my life. I was already happy. Does he make me more happy? Yes, he does. But I was already happy. I was already healed. I am more happy and I am improving daily. You need to be with somebody who helps you be a better person. Okay. If you're with someone and you find yourself going farther away from God and your purpose and doing stuff that you don't have no business doing and not being better every day, that's not the right person. You want to be a better person when you're with this person, okay? And you feed off of each other and grow with the things that they may know that you don't, and vice versa. You're growing together as partners. You're learning things from each other that's making you a better person. You're wanting to improve on a daily basis. And this is not a person that you want to be with that's a yes man to you either, that's letting you do everything under the sun that you want and they don't ever say nothing about it. Somebody who has some get up about themselves and can give you a match at times, meaning they can stand up to you and tell you no. They can you know, give you an answer about why it is that they don't like something or don't feel like they need to do X, Y, or Z. You know, not just somebody you could just run over. Okay. So I am blessed and happy that I am in a relationship now that I am able to experience love. Because I'm gonna tell you, when I was in my last relationship and I was so hurt, you know, I found out the person was being unfaithful to me, and doing all kind of other stuff. I was so hurt. I blamed myself. I just, you know, why me? All that self-pity, okay? And, you know, you can't make a person do right, okay? You can't stop a person from doing wrong, okay? The only person that wants to be kept is if they want to be kept themselves, okay? You can't, nothing you do that keeps a man, okay? Nothing you do. They've got to want to be kept themselves, okay? I don't care what you do, how you do it, how much you give them. If they're not meant to be yours, they are not staying, okay? So the person that so-called takes that man from you or take that woman from you, they didn't take anything. That person left and went because they were not invested like you were, and they were not meant to stay in the first place. Okay. And you better be thankful, good riddance, that they did leave, because what wouldn't it have been a mess if you did stay with them? What kind of miserable life would that have been? Thank you, God, that was messed up. Okay. That's what you need to be doing. Praising God that you didn't get into that marriage or whatever it is, that you dodged that bullet. Okay. So I remember feeling so down and out whenever I was with that person and ended up not being with them. And I remember my mentor at the time and just a woman of grace who I love so much. I remember her taking me and showing me the mirror. She just, I was at her house and she took me to a bedroom and she turned me around and she put me in front of the mirror. And she said, look at yourself. Look at who you are. And I looked at who I was. She said, you're beautiful. you're intelligent. And she just started naming all this stuff. She was like, and you sitting here crying over this. She said, I need for you to wake up and know and realize who you are and what they missed out on. And you better be thankful, girl, that you didn't end up with something like that. So I had to just take all that self-pity and that depression and all that stuff and be like, you know what? I'm not going to waste another tear, and I'm not going to waste another day thinking about what has happened. I'm going to get up, figure this out, move forward, and I'm going to work on me, and I am going to ask by God's grace that this doesn't happen to me again. And sure enough, I kept on doing what I needed to do, building myself, improving myself, working on me, doing the things I need to do. And before long, you won't have to look for it. It'll find you. And love does not hurt. Okay. And that brings me to what I want to share with you right now. I am going to definitely go to this reading, okay, in the Bible, and 1 Corinthians 13, okay. Though I speak with the tongues of men and of angels and have not charity, I am become as sounding brass or a tinkling cymbal. And though I have the gift of prophecy and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and though I have all faith so that I can remove mountains and have not charity, I am nothing. And though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor, and though I give my body to be burned and have not charity, it profiteth me nothing. Charity suffereth long and is kind. Charity envieth not. Charity vaunteth not itself, is not puffed up, doth not behave itself unseemly, seeketh not her own, is not easily provoked, thinketh no evil, rejoiceth not in iniquity, but rejoiceth in the truth, beareth all things, believeth all things, hopeth all things, endureth all things. Charity never faileth. Okay. So we talk about real love. Okay. If you are with someone right now and you are not experiencing true love, real love, if you are more miserable in the relationship than you are happy, it's time to evaluate it. If you are dealing with some type of verbal abuse or physical abuse, seek some help, seek some support. I don't know what your situation is, but find a way to seek some support with family, friends, resources, okay? Also, if you are in a relationship where you're doing all the giving and they're doing all the taking, it's time to reevaluate. Never get yourself in a situation where you're in a relationship and you're lonely in the relationship. It's not good to just go out here claiming that you have a partner just for the sake of you wanting to tell someone that you're with somebody and that you have a man or a woman and you feel as lonely as you felt when you were by yourself. You don't need to prove anything to society by having someone. I've been there, done that. Just wanting to be with somebody just to say I had somebody. It's not worth it. It's more headache. I can do bad all by myself. Lord, I didn't know what that meant until I was doing bad with someone else. Okay. I can do bad all by myself. You don't need to have somebody just for the sake of having someone. Okay. And if you are in that relationship and communication is not there, you can't talk to that person. Every time you try to express your feelings and opinions, they yelling, arguing at you, and just never wanting to hear you out. Every time something goes wrong, they're blaming you. They never take accountability for themselves. You need to evaluate that. you look, we are at a time and in a day where we need to be living our best life. We don't need to be living our life with somebody in it that's causing us more stress and pain than anything else. Okay. It is not worth it. And if you're with somebody who's out here running around on you, being unfaithful, talking to everybody and their mama and not you, you need to evaluate that. Now, I'm putting this out here. I'm not telling you to leave your husband or your wife, break up with your boyfriend, your girlfriend. I'm not saying that. All I'm telling you is it's too late in the day to be miserable and living a life that is not wholesome and having to stress out and be worried because you have a partner that is not good for you. Okay. And that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying anything else because I don't want to get in trouble with somebody saying Keisha said on her live that I was with somebody and I need to get rid of them. And then somebody say that's the reason why they ended it with somebody. Nope, I'm not saying this. I am saying that I am not going to live a life of misery no more in the rest of my life, the time that I have here on this earth. I've lived enough of that. I've given myself to too many no good ones. I'm not doing it no more. Okay, that's my story. I'm sticking with it. But if you're in that story and you like it, go ahead with your bad self. But I'm saying to you that there is better. And it's still time to reevaluate and to assess and look at what may be wrong, what can be improved. Okay. Sit down, talk to your partner, let them know how you feel, and pray. Ask God to fix your situation. Prayer does work. Okay. And if it's not working, for those of you who hadn't entered that covenant yet, I mean, you don't have to go down that aisle just because you brought that dress and got that deposit on that venue. Because I'm telling you, once you say I do, it's going to be harder then. So all I'm saying is true love is still out there. God can still send you somebody that is worthy enough to have you, okay? And it is worth the wait. W-A-I-T, not W-E-I-G-H-T. You shouldn't be weighted down in no relationships. But I am so thankful that I have learned in life that I don't have to subject myself to being with someone just for the sake of having that status quo. And that when someone truly loves you, you don't have to give them a dime and they're still going to love you. Okay. And if the person wants to be with you, they're going to correct the behavior that is causing the wedge between the two of you. If a person is invested in you and they've made up in their mind that they want this to work, you will see a change in them to make it work. Things that you may not like, they're going to improve those things, okay? Things that will help them become a better person, they're going to do those things, okay? I think I don't quite know if I'm saying it right, but there is this saying that says that when there's the right man or right woman, you know, that person, I can't remember exactly, but I think it's something on the lines of when a person has found the right one, they'll change for that one. Okay. I don't know the exact quote, but I'm a witness to that. There are times when you look at someone and they may be in another relationship. They might not have grown as much as they have grown in the relationship with you. It's not your job to be looking at who they were with prior to you and what they did before you. Now, that's another thing. It don't matter what they did before y'all got together. It is what they're showing and demonstrating to you now. Okay. You don't know what stage of life they were before they were with you. Okay. But sometimes, people can do better with you than they did with somebody else. And then you're judging them based on who they were with the person that they were before. But people grow and things change. So please don't be out here judging folks, and don't let nobody tell you anything about your partner. Okay. If you don't have the receipts and proof yourself, don't listen to all the naysayers, the he say, the she say. Go to God for yourself, and you keep your eyes open and you ask him to show you the things that you need to be shown to make the decisions you need to make to know that that is your partner. Okay. I'm just here to say that I am grateful that I did go through those experiences, because I could be 46 years old like I am now, still going through those experiences of out here with these men that got it half together, and I'm giving them everything I have that they don't deserve. And I'm still learning this life. I'm still learning about this life, and I'm 46 years old, 50 years old, and still doing the same thing. Okay. I'm glad that I had those experiences, although those experiences were not good at times and did not leave me feeling good. It made me who I am now. So don't despise those experiences, because they help grow you and shape you. And now the benefit of that is I know who I am. I know what I deserve. I know what I need to have, who I need to have. And I'm able to be with someone knowing that, hey, if it doesn't work out, it wasn't meant to be. Move on. But if it does work out, hey, I'm going to give it my all, and I'm going to do it right. And I'm not going to do the things that I used to do, where I'm being used and abused. Okay. So that's all I'm saying. But love is real. True love is still out there. And if you're still searching and wanting love to come to your door, just open up your heart and let it find you. And if there are times when you're saying, my goodness, it's scarce out here, I don't think this will ever happen, just keep working on you and keep asking God to send you that special person, and that will happen. Don't rush, and don't try to get it because of what somebody else has, okay? Because we're looking at people from the outside, but we don't know what they're going through on the inside, okay? So don't compare yourself to others, and don't try to mimic what someone else got going on in their relationship, because every man and their tactics that they do with their woman and vice versa is not going to work in your relationship. It's you two together. Build on that and keep everybody else out of your business. If they're not supportive, praying for you, being that person to help guide you in the right direction, they don't need to know. Because some people are nosy. They just want to hear about your information, talk about you like a dog. And then, when you're not together anymore, oh yeah, I knew it wasn't going to last. This, that, and other, out here saying all kind of stuff. They don't got no business. And I found too that when you're in a relationship with somebody, everybody's so happy. But then when you break up and the other person have found someone else, like 2 weeks later, they on that bandwagon with that person over there saying, oh, y'all look so good together. Hope y'all make it. How you telling them that when they were just with me last week? So I'm just saying, people will change and be on the bandwagon of what they think is popular at that time. It's about you and that person. Build your relationship together and don't worry about the rest, okay? God first, build your relationship and move on from there. But I'm here to tell you that love does exist, and I'm so thankful that I'm able to experience it for the first time. So this has been wonderful. I got off course a little bit, talking about something serious, but still off of the normal things that I would discuss. But I'm telling you, for me, if your personal life is not where it needs to be, sometimes it can hinder your growth professionally. And I had to fix some things in my personal life to be able to grow in some other areas. And I just wanted to come by and encourage somebody today that it is worth the wait, WAIT. Don't rush trying to find love. Let it find you. Open up your heart, work on you, and God will send you that special person. Okay. I hope you all have a magnificent weekend. Do something for somebody this weekend. Go out there and volunteer, rest, relax, provide some self-care to yourselves, and just make it a wonderful, wonderful time. Okay. My name is Keisha L. Hayes. I'm your transformational leader in healthcare. You never know what you're going to get when you come to my live, but I promise you it will be something that you can learn and grow from, and it will impact your life. Have a wonderful night and a very wonderful and blessed weekend.